What up, book lovers? It is G-Swizzel here, and I am here today with my first ever TBR jar challenge video and also my first monthly wrap-up. What I'm going to be doing is like a regular booktuber does on their channels. They usually do a monthly wrap-up of like the books that they read, so I'm going to talk about the books that I read in December. I felt that I was starting to go onto a verge of a reading slump as soon as I finished this first book that I'm going to show you here. It took me so long to read, but then again, it is over 800 pages, and it is Winter by Marissa Meyer. Now, I love this series so much, and I sped read through like the whole series, but this one I had a lot of trouble trying to get into, only because I think it's because I marathoned the whole series. I started skim reading it at one point, and I realized, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm starting to skim read this and I don't even know what's going on. I think it's just because I really wanted to see what happened at the end, but then I wasn't feeling that engaged. And so I remember I think I read up to like page like 600 and I'm like, that's it. I'm going to read the audiobook, start again, and do it that way. And I got so much more out of that, but I realized me just reading the physical copy, I had a lot of problems. It took me about 3 weeks to read this. I really appreciated how it ended. It was very convenient. There's a lot of controversy surrounding that in particular, how it ends in such a convenient way. You haven't started the Lunar Chronicles, pretty much. This is a fairy tale retelling series, so each book surrounds a main character, but each book, like, they all intertwine for this one story. So Cinder over here, Cinder being Cinderella, Scarlet being Little Red Riding Hood, Cress being Rapunzel, then Winter being Snow White. And the thing is, they're sci-fi retelling. Probably my favorite YA series of the year. Just took me a while to get through this one. Yeah, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. After reading Winter and after taking such a long time on Winter, I just decided, I was like, you know what? I need something that's gonna be quick. It's gonna be easy. It doesn't look like a quick and easy book, but trust me, it is. It is The Marvels by Brian Selznick. Now, let's just take a minute to appreciate how pretty this cover is. Oh my goodness, it's golden, and the pages are also golden. So this book is like mostly illustrations, and it's only got like 200 pages of actual text and stuff. And it's really awesome. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. If you don't know who Brian Selznick is, he's also the author of The Invention of Hugo Cabret, which is also the book that inspired the movie Hugo, I think. I haven't read or watched either of them, but that's his most famous work. So yeah, overall, I gave this book a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was great. It was good. I loved the illustrations. It was amazing. However, I didn't engage with the text as much. I think it was because that like I got so distracted by the illustrations, but that's just my personal reading experience. Overall, this reading experience is amazing. I really enjoyed it. Next book I have here, I finally read it. Yes, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and oh my goodness, this is probably, I think, this in Winter, it's caught between these two. Probably they're like my two favorite books of this month. Harry Potter, what else do I have to say? It was the most enjoyable book ever. Maybe I should just read more middle grade because it just makes me feel so happy inside. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I watched the movie and oh my goodness, it was amazing. I explained this in a bunch of videos before. I've grown up in a family that never let me read Harry Potter, and I finally done it. I bought a box set. I originally just read this edition because I got given this for my birthday. It's a secondhand edition of the first UK edition, and this is the newer UK edition, so they're completely different. But yeah, overall, it's amazing. I gave this a whopping 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read, I really liked this book, and there are a lot of mixed reviews about it on the booktubes, and it's because that this author just decided to take a new writing style, and I personally enjoyed it. And it is The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. It's not that I didn't like the Chaos Walking trilogy, but it gave me a headache. I mean, it's about hearing other people's thoughts. I felt so like emotionally drained after that book, and I had more negative thoughts towards it than positive thoughts. I don't know why. I was just feeling so sick after reading it, and like I do want to continue with that series, but it's just it was really hard for me to get through. It took me ages to get through that book. However, this book I really enjoyed, and it picks on the chosen one trope so well. I love it so much. The Chaos Walking trilogy wasn't necessarily my thing at the time, so I didn't enjoy The Knife of Never Letting Go at the time. So I think if you don't enjoy Patrick Ness's writing normally, you would like this book a lot. Or if you want to get into Patrick Ness but don't know where to start, this is the easiest book he's probably written. Apparently every other one of his books are very intense, but I think that his writing in this reminded me so much of John Green, and that's what I really liked, because I've been having John Green withdrawals. And if you were wondering, I think if any John Green fans are watching this right now, pick this up, because yeah, it kind of has the same feel, you know? And yeah, overall it was amazing. The last full book I read this month, and yeah, it was great. I think I need to reread it, only because I was trying to rush through it. I think it's because I just wanted to read another Harry Potter book. I'm gonna be real. It's Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Now, this format of the book is amazing, and I think next time I'm gonna read it with the audiobook. I was also watching Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone at the time I was reading this book. All I could think about was Harry Potter, and I wanted to read a Harry Potter book, but then I was just going through it. I'm like, when is this gonna be done so I could read Harry Potter? I mean, that is the way I felt with this, and I kind of feel ashamed of myself for thinking that way. But yeah, but overall I did enjoy it, but I felt like I didn't get a full reading experience. That I feel like I stopped myself from getting that full reading experience because I couldn't stop thinking about Harry Potter. I'm so sorry. I think people have experienced this in their lives, but this is the first time it's ever happened to me. So yeah, pretty much, yeah. Illuminae is really good. I do highly recommend it. I only gave it 4 out of 5 stars, only because, the writing style was great. I was just constantly distracted. But yeah, I'm gonna reread this eventually, because I want to reread this before the second book, before the second book comes out. And I feel like now it's just not my time to invest into a giant sci-fi world. And it was also the writing styles that, it would chop and change between writing styles. The last book, I haven't finished it yet. It is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Yes, I'm like that much away from it. So this is going to be carrying on to my January TBR, and I'm so excited to watch the film that's going to come with this book. And yeah, it's great. I liked the first book better, but that's usually the popular opinion. Everyone says that this book is their least favorite, but I'm still enjoying it. It's really good. And Dobby, I mean, he speaks in third person. I mean, imagine if I spoke in third person. That would be crazy. Here we go. I'm gonna start with my TBR jar. So here we go. I'm gonna shake them, see if they're gonna switch places anyway. I doubt they are. That's hard. Okay. Here we go. First challenge is read a children's or middle grade book. Oh my goodness! Guess what I have for this one? Harry Potter! Yes! Well, I'm not only going to be reading this book this month, well, I'm almost done, I'm also going to be reading Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I love this cover so much. Now, I'm just going to give you guys a heads up. like with TBRs, I am kind of on a verge of a reading slump. I kind of feel like I'm almost going through a reading slump right now. I know that I'm just about to go through a reading slump when I start skim reading by accident, and I'm not fully engaged and I just want to watch Netflix or do something else rather than read. So each monthly TBR that I'm planning to do, I'm planning to give the top 4 books that I want to read, because I don't always like planning ahead. Sometimes I'm a spontaneous reader, sometimes I like jumping from one place to another. So after I finish probably these 4, I'll move on to something else. The next book I really want to read is it's a reread, is Looking for Alaska by John Green. I really wanted to reread this during this time last year, beginning of January, because if you haven't read this book, there's a significant day in this book. It is on the 9th of January, and I feel like a book like this will slowly try to get me out of my reading slump, because I really enjoyed this. And not only that, I want to read the special edition, the deleted scenes and everything like that. This is the 10th anniversary edition, if you don't know. It's completely black, like my soul. I want to fall in love with the story again. Next book I have here that I am planning to read this month so it's gonna be a book to movie adaptation. It's coming out this month, so I need to read it as soon as I possibly can, and that is The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. I got given this for Christmas by my friend Beck. I've been putting off buying this series and I've been putting off reading it for so long. I don't know, because there's just so much hype surrounding it, but I don't, if you've seen my book haul, you remember that I watched The Martian before I read it, and I totally regretted it, because I just felt all that regret. I was like, oh, maybe I should read this beforehand so I don't feel the same regret. I don't have high expectations for this book series or anything like that. I heard The Infinite Sea is a load of toad, so yeah. The last book that I have listed here, I want to read it before summer's over at least, and it's Amy and Roger's epic Detour by Morgan Madsen. I've heard nothing but good things about this. Apparently there's little illustrations, not illustrations, but they've got a playlist in here, and they've got receipts and stuff. It looks so great, and people keep on saying to me, if you liked Paper Towns, you'll like this book, and Paper Towns is one of my favorite books of all time, so I have high expectations for this book, okay? I'm gonna say it. And hopefully it doesn't disappoint. If I read this book, probably if I read this book and like it, I might read Since You've Been Gone sometime this year or something like that, because I hear that Morgan Madsen's writing is great. So this is my TBR for the month. Let me know down in the comments what your TBR is for the month, what book I should get to first probably, or if any of these books you like, comment that down below. And I should hopefully reply to your comments. Also, subscribe to this channel if you like what you see. Like this video if you like what you see and you want to see more of it. I shall probably catch you soon, book lovers.